Thank you for visiting Youtique Bridal. This is part 3 for my Hurricane Harvey Bride Linda. In this video, I'm going to show you how I created the drop Cathedral Length Veil. Since time was of the essence, I had purchased 4 yards of the 108-inch width tulle before I met with the bride. At her first fitting with the dress, I had measured 37 inches from the crown of her head to her fingertip. From the outer edge of the tulle, I measured in 37 inches and placed a pin. Please note that the top is the folded edge. Using the pin as a pivot point, I'm going to shift the measuring tape down and create a marking on the tulle. Again, pivot from the pin and make a mark 37 inches. And you're going to continue pivoting and making marks to create the curve on the veil. Once you get to the bottom, it may be longer than 37 inches, and that's fine. We're going to just merge it into the edge of the tulle. Now I'm just going to cut it along the markings. At the point where the pin is placed, I'm going to go under the tulle and then sew it to the hair comb. I used invisible thread to sew the tulle onto the hair comb. And I also sewed on a hook to bustle the veil. Since the dress was on the mannequin, I placed the veil over the dress and spread the tulle out. I knew the bride didn't want the veil to be too long, so I adjusted the length of the veil to be 20 inches away from the hem of the dress. Here you'll see me placing pins 20 inches away from the hem. You can go all the way around the dress, but here I decided to just stop at the center of the veil. Now I'm going to start cutting the veil all the way up to the pin. And now I'm going to cut the tulle following the pins and meeting the center of the veil. I decided to fold the veil in half again and then bring it to my cutting table. I placed pins to hold it together. Now I'm just going to cut it along the curve. After I finished cutting, I placed it back on the mannequin to see how I wanted it bustled. The ankle length was the most flattering, so I placed a pin where I wanted it bustled. At this point, I went under the veil and created the chain stitch at the pin mark. So here's how I created the chain stitch. With the needle double threaded, I will pull the thread through and then pull the needle in between the threading so that it can be secured. And then I'm just going to do a few secure stitches. Now I'm going to start creating a loop by pulling the thread around my fingers and then taking the thread with the needle and centering it into the circle loop and then pulling it. Now another circle is going to be formed and you're just going to push that threading down. Again, pull the needle thread through and then you will form another circle. Again, pull the thread through and create another circle and make sure to push the threading down. And you're going to continue this process, and then you'll also notice that you'll be getting faster as you continue forming the loops. When the chain stitch gets to about 1.5 to 2 inches, I'm just going to pull the needle through the last loop. Now I'm just going to twist the thread around and then pull it through the bottom of the chain stitch and then just do several secure stitches. And now I'm going to have a loop for the veil bustle. And now I am complete with the veil. Here you're going to see Linda's bridesmaid Susan place the drop veil over her head, and it is fingertip length. And now to bustle the veil, Susan's going to take the loop and then place it onto the hook on the hair comb. And now the veil is bustled. Congratulations to this gorgeous couple, Linda and David. And thank you, David, and your fellow friends for all your service. Thank you for visiting Youtique Bridal, and I hope you got inspired to create something extraordinary.